Okay, so I gave you guys the picture book assignment on your own, and I went ahead and had my 4-year-old do it, honestly, because I needed her to fill some space. And I've got the video of that for you so you can see her explanation. But I also wanted to go over why this is not such a great example, right? Obviously, my kid's not here, right? She didn't know the assignment. But clearly, space is an issue, right? She's 4, so it's a hodgepodge of everything. And it's just not very clear, right? You can't tell what the page layout was actually intended to be. Obviously, a different use of color, some sort of formatting. You know, she had a specific direction she went, from goat to herself to ghost to Goldilocks. So she actually went kind of all the way around, but it's just not very organic for the person who's looking at it, which is really, it's all about the viewer, right? My kid is 4. Everything is all about her in some sense. So certainly the color would have been very helpful. Different shapes would have been helpful to emphasize kind of like the G's themselves. If she wanted to continue with the circle, maybe have everything be outside the circle, or maybe have something prominent like herself be inside the circle. Just a cognitive, conscientious movement to what you're putting where. Other things to consider. There's a lot of tension in this picture, but not the tension that your book is talking about. Instead, we are trying to figure out what is what, what's coming together. I'm very tempted, and I probably will ask my kid to do the same thing using magazines and cutting out pictures and things like that, because I suspect that when she cuts stuff out, she'll have a better concept and she'll be able to apply it in a more user-friendly manner. Certainly, as far as technique goes, she has the technique of a 4-year-old, right? So it looks the part, and her artistic style is, it's individual to her. As I look at this as a parent, I can see all of my kids' weirdness and oddities, and everything I love about my child is represented here. And for those of you who are going to become teachers yourselves, I think this is a valuable message. My kid felt so empowered by doing this, especially because it was an assignment and things like that. So if you had your students create something like this that would be individual to them, even just putting them up even around the room or something like that, there's a sense of tremendous pride when you display your kids' work. And I in a lot of sense, I thought about editing down my video a little bit because my son got into it, my dog barked, and gosh, that's life, right? And picture books should reflect that in some sense. This page is very reflective of her, and I'm hoping that yours are a little bit more formalized, right? A little bit more focused on the text. But I did want to go over this with you, and I hope your pages are as interesting to look at as this one has been for me.